New Year, everyone. Darkside Phil here, and this is a channel update for January 2nd, 2013. I have to get used to saying 2013 now because I know I'm going to keep saying 2012. I've been saying it for a whole year. And I have a lot to talk about. First of all, this is the very first channel update to be exclusively on my new vlogging channel, The King of Hate Vlogs. So, congratulations everyone, we made it to 2013. It's a new year. This channel is now fully in effect, and this is going to be your source for DSP info, for DSP vlogs, for new vlog style series that I'm starting up. I've already, in the past couple days, rebooted DSP Tries It. We've got a new episode here on the channel that a lot of people are enjoying, and we've also got 2 videos from New Year's Day where I cook my first meal of the year. Pretty interesting, and it's basically almost like a revival of Poorly Cooking with the King without officially saying and calling it Poorly Cooking with the King, because I didn't want to do that, because I'm not promising that the series is going to come back full time, but I thought it would be a fun thing to do for New Year's. So those videos are here on the channel. Definitely check them out if you haven't. I know a lot of people, they have to get used to checking the channel. You know, I've got over 14,000 subs on this channel right now, yet, you know, only 11,000 people checked out DSP Tries It, when in previous episodes it used to go like 50,000 views in 2 days. I know it's going to be a learning process for everyone that they have to come to this channel, but I'm hoping over the course of the year I build up this channel to be an interesting vlog style channel outside of all my gameplay, and that people will learn to love this channel just as much as they love DSP Gaming and DSP Street Fighter, my other 2 gameplay style channels, okay? Alright, so Happy New Year everyone. It's a great, to feel like it's a new beginning, it's refreshing, it's a great fresh start, and I'm feeling very positive about it, and really excited and amped up to start working again after having a few days off with my girlfriend Panda Lee over the past weekend. So, I got some schedule changes to talk about. I want to discuss what's coming up on DSP Gaming. We got a lot to discuss, okay? First of all, I want to let everyone know that I'm going to be renewing and redoing certain things for this channel. Now, I haven't had a chance to work on it yet, simply because, like I said, I've had year-end stuff, and I was taking time off with my girlfriend. But what you're going to be seeing is some renewal and refreshing of the things that I've been doing. So, for example, channel update, I'm going to probably look to get new intro music for it, maybe get a new intro for it altogether. Same thing with the weekend preview. But one of the things that I need your help with is the fact that I'm going to be starting 2 new shows, and I'm not guaranteeing a date yet by the time when these will be starting, but 2 new shows here exclusively on the King of Hate Vlogs that I think everyone's going to really enjoy. The first show, I'm going to be reminiscing about growing up in the time when video games were really kind of booming. They were exploding. They were going from this little niche thing in arcades and on home consoles with these little pixely things, and how they blew up in the late 80s and all of the 90s, how the consoles just completely changed, how arcades were such a huge thing during that time, and I was a major part of the big arcade boom with Street Fighter and becoming a competitive Street Fighter player, and just living through that whole developmental stage. Because now, let's be honest, in the past, if you look back between the years like 1988 to say, I don't know, 1995 and then even to 2000, look how drastically different games were, okay? Just the development of the technology, the capabilities. It was so interesting to be alive during that time and be a part of that culture. Now let's look back at the past 7 years of gaming now. Not really that much has changed, you know what I mean? So, it's kind of like we're at the point of technology and everything that things are kind of like, alright, this is settling in, there was a boom and now it's going to settle in, and it's very popular, but it's nothing like it used to be. So this is going to be a series where I kind of reminisce about those days. What was it like to be the person who got the SNES and opening it up, and what was the experience like? What was it like to go to a video arcade? What were some of my experiences there and traveling around and doing stuff with competitive Street Fighter? I've got so many stories to tell you about different topics and things regarding gaming growing up is part of that culture. And I think I have a unique perspective, being that I'm 30 years old and I'm still an avid gamer. This is the way that I make my living, and being able to look back on how gaming developed and came to be what it is right now, to the point where now I'm doing this as a job. The other series that I want to do is going to be a weekly gaming news series, where I'm basically going to be reviewing some of the more interesting tidbits of gaming news from the whole week. And I'm doing it weekly. I know some people say, well, you could do that daily. Well, I don't want to do it daily. I don't think there's enough gaming news to really do a daily show. I think that a weekly show, at least you'd be able to gather the most important stories and talk about it. Now, Right now, I'm dabbling with whether or not it should just be me just straight delivering the facts, because I think that could be boring. If I'm just reading the facts to you with nothing else, what's the point? But maybe if I read you the facts and I give you my take, I could crack a couple jokes about what's going on, maybe then it would be interesting, more of a flair, you know what I mean? So these shows are in development right now. Right now I'm working on them, I'm thinking, gee, where can I film them, how should I do them, blah, blah, blah. So they will be coming out soon. My goal is to try to do an episode of one of them by the end of this month, January of 2013. I'm not promising that, but that's kind of my rough goal. The thing is, I'm really kind of struggling with names for them. I've had a couple ideas. For the news show, I was thinking, DSP's Hateful News or something like that. And that way I can say, oh, well, I give my take on everything, and that's why it's the Hateful News or something. Not to say that I'm going to hate on everything in it. Or back in the day with DSP, or reminiscing with the OGs, because I consider myself one of the original gamers, one of the people who was growing up during the developmental stages of gaming, and I'm still into it. So I don't know. I've got a lot of ideas, but nothing is really said, oh, this is what I should use. So I would like suggestions from you, the viewers and fans, on what I should name these 2 new series, and if you have any kind of thing to add about what I should do with them, if you have any interesting ideas. And feel free to leave, that information in the comments here. I also have a thread on my website, TheKingOfHate.com, for the same exact topic. So if you want to contribute there, I'll also link that thread into the description of this video so that you can go over there and post up and talk with other people about it if you like, okay? So that's in development. So, okay, so now let's talk about what to expect in the next week or so from all of my channels, what's coming up, because I know there's a lot of confusion. Some things have actually changed that I want to get to. Hold on. Pandelise, I think, texting me from the train. Aha. She's at Penn Station right now. She's on her way home from her visit. And you know, a lot of people, they ask this question, and I'm going to answer. I'm going to address it. I've never addressed it before. They say, Phil, why is it that every month Pandali comes and visits you in Connecticut? Why don't you go to Pennsylvania to visit her? It's very simple, okay? And now I explain it, people will know, hopefully people are listening. I have my own place. I have a condo here that when she comes to visit me, she comes on the train. I have my car here. We're able to drive all around Connecticut. And no, I don't use the highway, so we have to take side roads for everything, and we have to limit the length of the drives because of my back injury. Leanna does not drive, okay? So that's the deal. She comes here and we go to restaurants, we go to movies, we go out, we go shopping, we do different things together, and it's a lot of fun. And, I mean, we've been going out for a year now. This was actually officially her 12th visit. It's a 1-year anniversary on New Year's Day. And we're still having fun. It's not like it's gotten stagnant or we're bored of doing things in Connecticut. So that's usually what our trips are. Now, keep in mind, we did have a couple other different trips this past year. We went to Too Many Games, the gaming convention in just outside of Philadelphia, actually. We did that together, and also we went to Florida together for vacation. So there were 2 trips where we did something completely different. Now, let me explain the situation. People say, Phil, why don't you take the train to visit Leanna, when she lives in Pennsylvania? Well, here's the deal. Number 1, Leanna doesn't have her own place. She lives with her mom. They share an apartment. So there's nowhere for me to stay. It's a small apartment too. It's not like, oh, we have an extra room or we have a nice comfy couch you could crash on. I couldn't do that anyway because of my back. If I slipped on their couch, it probably would kill my back. So that would mean if I take the train to visit her, now I have to get a hotel room. So now for the length of the trip, I have to get a hotel room, okay? But wait a minute, Leanna doesn't drive and her mom works, so that would mean if we want to move around anywhere in there, I'd have to rent a car. So now you're talking the cost of a hotel room and a car versus just to go to Pennsylvania and do local stuff in her area. If I'm going to do that, we might as well just go on a vacation, because you're going to have to pay for, a train ride, a car, and a hotel room if you go on vacation. We could go somewhere nice. In fact, we're actually kind of in talks that in 2013, if everything works out with everything here and nothing changes, and I'm actually going to address that in a little bit because I forgot to, that we're going to plan a trip to Philadelphia. We're going to spend a couple days in Philly, going around, seeing the sights, doing different things, and that would be a cool mini vacation for us, and that's something that we would want to do. So that's why she always comes to visit me. It's just practical because I have my own place, because I have a car. If I were to go there, it would be such a massive expense just to be there, and she even said there's not a lot of amazing, great stuff to do in that area anyway where she lives, so it's not worth it for me to spend thousands of dollars dropping money to go visit where she lives. But the thing is, I have met her mom. I hear her talk to her mom all the time. when I'm on the phone with her. So it's like, you know, it makes sense for our relationship to work the way it works right now. I'm really hoping that everything goes well this year, and hopefully by the end of this year we can seriously be looking for our own place together. Where that will be, I can tell you, the only thing I know, it will not be in Connecticut, because Connecticut taxes are fucking ridiculous, and there's no benefit for me to stay here whatsoever, besides being near my parents. But even that's not that big of a deal. I can still come and visit them a few times a year if I have to. So I'll be, hopefully, fingers crossed, working on that later this year. In regards to what's been going on with me for the past several weeks, if you remember a couple weeks ago I made a video about how on the same day that the Newtown horrible shootings happened, I got horrendous news about the possibility of my future here on YouTube, doing YouTube full time. And there's been a lot of speculation about what it was, and yada yada yada. I can tell you right now, absolutely nobody's got it right yet. And there's a lot. I hate the rumors and the drama queens out there that are spreading complete nonsense. Don't listen to anyone. If I could tell you what the real deal was, I would. I just can't. I'm legally bound that I can't. Okay. But what I can tell you is this: I have now tracked from the day that I got the bad news until I think it was like 3 days ago, and things are looking amazingly good in regards to this problem. I have not had a chance to talk with Machinima. They didn't get back yet from their break. I believe they might be in the office like tomorrow. So I'm waiting to hear back from them on a situation that's going on, and I will let everyone know. You know, once if I hear good news or bad news, either way, I have to let you know. But my attitude right now is until I hear something horrible, I get horrible news, I'm pushing forward, I'm being positive, everything on my end looks good, and it looks like we might get through this pretty easily with no road bumps whatsoever, which would be great. You know what I mean? So let's just push ahead positive, and let's talk about the stuff that we're going to be working on and the cool new projects and the stuff videos that I'm going to be putting out, okay? Okay? Is that right? Is that right? Okay, so I've been away for several days. I did put out a couple of vlog videos, but you haven't seen any gameplay or anything like that. Number one on my list of priorities is the Game of the Year Awards. 2013 is now officially closed. I've played every major release of 2013 pretty much that I cared about. I mean, I didn't play Madden and stuff like that, but most of the games I got, you know, finished, and I am ready to do my Game of the Year Awards. You will see the Game of the Year Awards begin tomorrow on DSP Gaming. I'm going to repeat that. Tomorrow, Thursday, January 3rd, the Game of the Year Awards will begin on DSP Gaming. So there won't be any new gameplay. What you're going to see are my Game of the Year Awards with all the editing and everything that I love to do with them. Everyone loves my Game of the Year Awards. I think that I have a unique perspective that most other people don't, because I literally played every fucking game in 2012 that was worth playing. Except with the exception of a handful of games I didn't get to, like certain RPGs and such. But I played a shit ton of games, put out a shitload of videos, put out a shitload of reviews that actually I tried to scale properly, unlike the mainstream reviewer who says, oh, it's just an opinion, so I can give it any fucking number I want without any kind of subjective ranking system or any kind of logic or fact. Oh, I had a bad day, this game's a fucking 2. And that's what I don't like about mainstream reviews. There's no quality control. The editors who are supposed to be controlling the reviewers do a horrendous job. There's no scaling system to make sure that a game has if it has a number score, it's ranked in accordance with comparing it with all the other games that have been coming out that year. That's what pisses me off. My Game of the Year Awards will be my personal picks, but they're going to be based off of all the things from my reviews this year. I can tell you right now, there were some games that I thought were better than others thought they were, and unfortunately there were some games that I didn't think were as good that a lot of people think they were. So you may not be 100% agree with my Game of the Year Awards, but I'm hoping that at least it's going to give you a good idea of the 10 best games of the year that if you missed out, you should go check them out, definitely. In addition, I probably will do some honorable mentions. I'm not going to tell you how many right now, but I like doing the honorable mentions because there always are games that were pretty good, but really didn't make my top 10 picks of the year. So that's going to be coming up tomorrow on DSP Gaming. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to do all of them tomorrow because it takes quite a lot of time and effort to do these videos, and I, as I've said many times in the past, am not a video editor, okay? So I can't really, I mean, just to give you an idea, my Christmas special, which by the way, if you haven't seen it, you definitely need to see it, got amazing views over on DSP Gaming. Has over 50,000 in a week, which was actually my goal. My goal was, I said, if I'm really going to put all this time and effort into making a video with lots of video editing, because I'm not good at it, then I hope it would reach something like 50,000 views. The good news is in 1 week it has reached that, so thank you everyone who checked it out, who gave me praise for it. I appreciate that. Understand that I can't do that kind of thing all the time, but when I get a chance to do it, I will, okay? And the good news is, since I'm playing less games this year, there's a strong chance I will be able to do stuff like that more often. Okay, so getting back to the point, it takes me a lot of time and effort to get these edited videos done, so I can't tell you that I'm going to get the whole Game of the Year awards done tomorrow, but I can tell you, I promise you they will begin, okay? Now, we had a little snafu, and I haven't got confirmation yet on what's going to happen with this, but John Rambo texted me today and said, Phil, a little bit of a road bump today because I'm not going to be able to come by on Saturday to do Smart Guys, which is our wrestling commentary show, and also to continue the Lego Lord of the Rings co-op playthrough that we started 2 weeks ago, because he's actually working on some of his own projects for his own channel, and a certain person who they need to be in this particular episode that he's filming for is only available on Saturday, so he can't do it on Saturday. So we're trying to reschedule. There's a possibility it could be Friday. There's a possibility it could be Sunday or Monday. What I can tell you is this. If I'm not filming Smart Guys and doing the Lego Lord of the Rings co-op with Rambo on Friday, the Game of the Year awards will continue, if not conclude, okay? If they don't, there's nothing really I can do if he's coming on Friday. They'll be delayed until the next day. So if he comes and visits on Friday, then probably the Game of the Year awards will continue and maybe finish on Saturday. So that leaves this couple days in between, whether it's like Saturday, Monday, or Sunday, Monday, that I'm going to have nothing to do. And I was thinking about some things I could do. There are a couple odds and ends, a couple games from last year that I didn't get a chance to complete yet. I know that. But what I think I really want to do is explode with a disgusting burp. And then I want to tell you what my idea is. I think that what I should really do is I should play Sly Cooper 3. And the reason is a lot of people have been contacting me saying, Phil, Sly 4 is just around the corner, and the last thing you want to do is play it and be missing this crucial game in the storyline of Sly. People have been saying there's like plot points and characters and things that I need to understand before I play Sly 4, or it's not going to make sense. So I'm thinking that Sunday and Monday I may focus on Sly 3 and see if I can get through it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat it in those 2 days, but I'm going to make an effort and start the playthrough on DSP Gaming, okay? Keep in mind that all the usual vlog style videos that I do, like the weekend preview, that's going to be here. So it might be Sunday or Monday, but it's going to be here on the King of Hate Vlogs. You will see the weekend preview, okay? And then next week on Tuesday, Anarchy Reigns is the new game release that's coming out. That I will be starting up over on DSP Gaming for a few days. And then depending on how that goes, maybe I'll juggle that with Sly 3. I want to remind everyone, this is a year of change. You are not going to see, typically, you will not see like 30, 40 gaming videos in one day on DSP Gaming. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to do that, especially with Sly 3. That first day, I might want to play the hell out of it. So you may see a bunch of videos on DSP Gaming. Understood. But if there's a week where it's a little bit on the slower side, if there's only one release that's out and I'm not trying to get through a playthrough in any kind of a fast amount of time, I may take my time. You may only see 10 parts of a playthrough on DSP Gaming, but I'm going to use that extra time to be working on things here on the King of Hate vlog. So I'm just trying to accustom everyone to some of the upcoming changes. I know people, oh my god, only 10 videos today, what is this? Well, listen, did you watch all fucking 10 videos? Because a lot of people don't. It's the other thing. They're going to complain, but they don't actually watch all the videos. So unless you're sitting there for 2 to 3 hours watching all the footage, don't complain that I didn't put out more videos. But that's going to be some of the changes coming up. So that's the rough idea for the next several days. I wanted to give everyone a new perspective because of the thing with Rambo and because of the Game of the Year awards that were still looming there. People had all these questions about what's going on. Last but not least, since next week there is only one release, Anarchy Reigns, okay, I've decided that I will release the first episode and the first episode of the year, and also the first one in several months. Ask the King will be next week, okay? Right now, I'm going to tentatively say it's Thursday of next week, but I'm not 100% confirming that. We have to see what happens with Anarchy Reigns. We have to see how far I am with Sly 3, but that's my rough goal is to do a new episode of Ask the King on Thursday of next week, okay? So there is a thread, there's been a thread open since October to post up questions for this episode. It already is full of questions because people have been, littering, going in there every few weeks and putting more questions in there. I'm going to link it in the description of this video. If you have a question you want to ask me in that episode of Ask the King, there's a chance I may answer it, post it up in the thread. Also keep in mind, I do take Twitter and Facebook questions at TheyCallMeDSP on Twitter, and my regular page is just They Call Me DSP on Facebook, or my fan page, They Call Me DSP1 on Facebook. Any of those, you have the chance to post questions the day of me making that video. So on that Thursday, as I'm making that video, I'm going to post up on Twitter and Facebook. I'm taking questions. Please post a question. That's your chance if you want to do it that way. But the easier way is to put your question in the thread, because I do read every single one of those, okay? Alright. So I just wanted to get that out there. There will be a new Ask the King. So see how good this is? The new year started already. We've got a new DSP Tries It. Basically kind of a poorly cooking with the king. You're going to get a new episode of Ask the King. Like, this is what I wanted to do with this channel. I want to have all these series existing and not fading into obscurity because I'm playing 7,000 fucking games on DSP Gaming. Or, on the flip side, I do put out a channel update or a weekend preview, but because I have so many gameplay videos over there, no one sees them. So please, now is the time. Spread the word. Please come to the King of Hate vlogs to watch the vlog style videos, to be in the know on what's going on. It's like I said, my old DSP Tries It videos used to get like 50,000 views in a couple days. This one right now, I think it has like 11 or 12,000, which is great. This is a new channel. I fully expect that the viewership isn't going to be as great as it was when I was putting videos on DSP Gaming, and I'm trying to build this up. I'm willing to take the hit. I'm willing to take less money. Yes, I actually get paid less for videos that I make on this channel. It's a fact. But it needs to be done for the good of these series so that they can actually exist and have a place where people can subscribe and see just that instead of it being lost in the shuffle within all these gameplay videos. So spread the word. There's a new channel update. Get people over here. Watch it up. Hopefully people will come over here and watch the Poorly Cooking with the King from New Year's and the DSP Tries It. Hopefully people will be here to check out the Ask the King. Also keep in mind, Smart Guys from now on will exclusively be on this channel. You will not see that on John Rambo Presents anymore, and that way it's clear. It's a clear direction of where we're going with all these vlog style videos. Okay. So it's been a lengthy channel update. There's been a lot of information. Thank you for hanging in there, tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Game of the Year Awards over on DSP Gaming. Don't miss out. Don't miss it. People wait all year to hear this, and I think you're really going to like some of the games that I'm going to be talking about. I really said this for 3/4 of this year. I said it was a slow year, and then all of a sudden when the hardcore gaming season started, it was like great game after great game after great game after great game, and I was just like so bombarded with great games. Like, why the fuck did they all have to come out in the same few months? It's unfortunate because when that happens, maybe there's a game that you want to spend more time with and you can't because there's more great games that I want to get to. So, can't wait. I'm pumped up. I can't wait to toss out my Game of the Year award starting tomorrow over on DSP Gaming. Please check that out. And please spread the word about the King of Hate vlogs. Thanks a lot, everyone, for your time. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.